To some imminent change in the greater political platform, if we may call it that, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's latest utterances seem to suggest that the country might in the near future participate in a referendum to effect changes to the system of governance. The clamour to amend the constitution has been defended by those who are pushing for it as a means of ensuring inclusivity and to end politically instigated conflict. While the ODM leader has championed this cause with some in support, the voices of dissent have stuck to their guns, insisting that proposed amendments are meant to reward a few in the political class. Leila Mohammed takes a look at the looming spectre of a referendum.
At a meeting between the former Premier and University Student Union leaders, the latest political battle played out, pitting two dissenting camps on a topic that would need the country to participate in a vote to change the political representation of national leadership.
This year is going to be a year of change in our country. We want to look at our governance structure and see what needs to be rectified, what needs to be corrected. And if you want to stand in the way of change, change is going to change you.
Odinga has since the March 9, 2018 handshake pushed for a referendum. The biggest opponent to this has been Deputy President William Ruto, who has shifted positions regularly on the matter before. His latest stance on the matter made in Britain at a Chatham House lecture.
The national executive headed by the President and the official opposition headed by the leader of the party or coalition of parties whose presidential candidate wins the second highest votes. That is good for accountability. And secondly, it removes or mitigates the winner-take-all perception.
In his first official tour of the Nyanza region, months after the famous handshake, President Uhuru Kenyatta had expressed concerns about the feeling of being left out, an issue that would bring tension in parts of the country that did not vote for the person in office.
Lazima tuangalie hii maneno ya ikiwa ati uchaguzi na hii mambo ya winner take all. Ndio wengine wanasikia wamewachwa nje ya serikali, wengine wakiwa kwa serikali. Lazima tujiulize, is that a good thing or not? Kwa sababu hiyo ni shida moja. Tunaelewana wenzangu? Na tutaitatua kwa njia gani?
Although the head of state has not expressly aligned himself to a referendum, his sentiments on a change in the leadership of the country have led many to conclusion that he, in one way or the other, supports the initiative that has now found form in the coming into place of the Building Bridges initiative that is meeting Kenyans across the country. The legislature has also hinted at preparing the requisite law to amend key aspects of the constitution.
The political class currently seem to agree that referendum is inevitable. But the fundamental question before this country is agree for referendum, but we don't have a legal framework to enable IBC to execute that program.
Some of the proposals are the creation of the position of an executive prime minister as head of government, scrapping the position of deputy president, and establishing two deputy prime minister posts.
That with the leader of opposition taking leadership of the opposition in parliament, the deputy president should then take over the leadership of government business in parliament.
The Third Way Alliance, while stating that the country might be overrepresented, is pushing to reduce representation in its push for a referendum, but has distanced itself from calls to create certain positions within government. Leila Mohammed, NTV.